Hey, what's up? This is Edem with Global Abundance LLC, back with another video. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, welcome back. If you are already part of the family, on this channel, we talk all things real estate, residential, and commercial. And, we also have a free VIP group where we dig a little deeper into all aspects of real estate. And it's a community of like minded individuals like yourself and other real estate investors that are, sharing information, uh, swapping ideas, and answering the tough questions, right? So if you'd like to join that, it's free. And you'll find the link in the description below for that. So today's video is about uh, a personal, just a quick personal story about the first time I hit the 800 club. Um, I have talked about this briefly in other videos, but let's talk about it. So the first time I hit the 800 club was last November 2023. Hit that 800 club. 805 was my highest score up to date, and just kind of want to go over that. It's this idea that you kind of need to get to 850, and that's the trophy. You got real bragging rights if you get to 850, and rightfully so. However you got there, uh, you deserve kudos for that, for being a disciplined uh, individual that builds their credit profile to the point where you are looked at as someone that is uh, no higher than you can go. You're the epitome of trustworthiness and fundable, right? Like you're somebody that's fundable. They're gonna see that score and be like, done. Don't even nope. I don't care about your docs and so on and so forth. Go on and take this money, right? Like that's where we all want to get to, right? But ask yourself for real, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? Now, when I got to the 800 club, I immediately went out and applied for new uh, credit products. But applied for some loans. I applied for some credit products, and obviously, I got approved, and they were high limits. So, um, you know, obviously, there's a benefit there, but uh, as a result, your score is going to drop a little bit when you do get those new credit cards. Why? Well, credit age. You know what I mean? The age of let's say you're getting actual revolving credit card, revolving accounts, credit cards. Your credit age is going to drop. Why? Because you got new accounts on your profile. Uh, I've told you in other videos, and maybe you already know. If you don't, you know, new credit and things of that nature make up about 10% of your total credit score, right? We've got utilization at 30%. We've got payment history at 35%. We have new credit, uh, 10%. We've got credit mix at 10% and age of credit at 15%. So there's where your 100% comes from. So your age dips a little bit, and as a result, your score is going to dip a little bit. All right, you're probably going to get some inquiries on your account. And you know different schools of thought. There's some folks that aren't into removing inquiries. They don't care. They're still able to get approved for high limits and certain accounts with larger institutions, so they don't care to remove their inquiries, their hard inquiries. Others, the second they get a card, they are immediately, you know, running plays to remove those inquiries off their account. So, you know, I won't tell you not to do it, and I won't tell you to do it necessarily. You know what I mean? It's all based on your situation, because everybody's situation is going to be different here. So how I get to 800 and plus may not be how you necessarily get to 800, based on certain things that are, you know, pertain to you specifically, just like there's certain things that pertain to me specifically, right? So you want to just keep that in mind. At the end of the day, why is the 800 Club so coveted? You get better interest rates, your approvals are through the roof, you are generally going to get high limits, uh, especially if you already have high limit cards, you know what I mean, and you're reaching out to certain institutions. You know, you are going to be able to leverage that high limit that you have with someone else to get a high limit with somebody else, right? You're not going to have a $40,000 limit on the card and then, you know, get offered a $500 limit from, you know, Capital One Saver or, you know, Credit One Bank or something like that, right? So you're going to be able to get comparable credit that matches where you're at. And, you know, it just puts you out there in the right light. Why? Because your profile, your consumer report is your resume. Your entire credit profile is your resume. Your score is your reputation. So obviously, the higher your score is, the higher your reputation is thought to be, because you wouldn't have got that high score without being a disciplined individual that, you know, really cares about their credit. Now, at the same time, understand that you might be, say, 20 years old, and you know, mom or dad put you on that good AU account, that authorized user trade line. So that's reporting to your account. They have perfect history there, high limit, and say they've had that card for 15 plus years. Well, that's going to put your score up there. But remember, that's your score. Your profile is your resume. So when, you know, that person is looking at that resume and saying, well, don't have any primary trade lines, they have this AU on here, that's cool, but they don't have any primary trade lines. So I see the 790 credit score, but like, how? That's because of this AU, right? So we want to have primary trade lines. Nothing wrong with authorized user trade lines, and I'll get into depth in that in other videos, how that can benefit you um, as a real estate investor, and you know how that can put you in a better position. But right now, uh, just realize that being in the 800 Club isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Not saying that there's anything wrong with it at the same time, but try to focus on using your capital, right? Like if you have a nice amount of credit available, look into ways how you can turn that into cash and invest and grow your business and grow your cash flow and grow your credit limits and push yourself to higher, uh, you know, boundaries. You know what I mean? By investing that money and getting your time back. You know, we talk about real estate here, but at the end of the day, you know, we're all looking to get that lifestyle that we all want, that dream lifestyle. All of our whys are different. Maybe my why is similar to your why. Maybe, you know, your husband or wife's why, or your brother or sister's wife's why, or your significant other's wife's why is different than yours, right? But we all have a why, and if you don't know what your why is, you know, I suggest that you take the time, cut off the distractions, go somewhere where you can dig into yourself right? Because it is about you at the end of the day. At the end of the day, even if you were born with a twin brother or sister, or you a set of triplets or something like that, you are in your body by yourself. You are in your mind by yourself. You have to deal with you by yourself. And unfortunate as it may sound, because we've all had loved ones that's passed away, we all will pass away one day too. I don't want to be negative, but I got to be real with you. We're all going to tap out at one point, right? And we're going to tap out alone. So why not take the time while you're above ground and, in this, what I like to call a dream, a different level of a dream, you know what I mean? Why not take that to become lucid and become more in control of this dream state by knowing yourself and allowing yourself to know what your real why is, and then that will be your guiding star to get you to your destination, which could include being in the 800 club. All right. So I don't want to go too far off, but that is, pretty much where I'm going to leave it here. Uh, 800 club is great right now, across the board. I'm high sevens, 775. Last I checked on Experian, and believe 774 on Equifax, and 771 on TransUnion. Everything is like right there, next to each other. So I have dropped off a little bit from that 800, but that's okay. Why? Because I went after more credit products, right? So your score is going to drop a little bit, but it's not going to tank, especially if you are, being, disciplined with what you're doing and you have a game plan, which goes with your why. All right. So I'm going to leave that here. Thanks for watching. As always, any questions, concerns, feedback, experience, your experience in the 800 club, or your thoughts on being in the 800 club, and does it matter to you? It doesn't matter to you. I want to hear your feedback. So go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below, and I want to reach back to you and have a conversation. So until next time, have a good one.